Cold memories sit beside me like quiet winters, wrapped in shawls of silence and pale breath. They do not speak loudly, they whisper, and still the heart hears everything. Cold memories walk barefoot through my mind, leaving frost where laughter once bloomed. I touch them carefully, afraid they might shatter, afraid they might never melt. Once, these memories were warm hands, cups of tea at dusk, smiles resting gently on tired faces. Now they are echoes, frozen mid-sentence. Cold memories remember what I try to forget. They remember the door left half open, the goodbye that pretended to be, "See you soon." They remember the warmth that left without warning. Night carries them better than day. In darkness, cold memories glow like distant stars, beautiful, unreachable, and painfully familiar. I sit with them when sleep refuses me. They sit with me when the world feels empty. Together, we listen to the slow ticking of old promises. Cold memories smell like rain on stone, like old books, like winter clothes taken out too early. They smell like home that no longer exists. I try to bury them under new days, but winter knows how to return. A song, a street, a careless word, and suddenly everything freezes again. Cold memories do not ask permission. They arrive with the wind, slip through cracks in courage, settle deep inside the chest. I once believed time was fire, that it would melt every frozen thing. But time is also snow, layer upon layer, soft and heavy. Cold memories hold faces that time refuses to erase. Eyes that once looked at me like I was enough, like I was home. They hold voices that still know my name, even when the world forgets how to say it kindly. Sometimes I warm them with tears. Sometimes I let them be, because even cold memories are proof that something once mattered. They remind me I lived, I loved, I lost. And loss, too, has its own kind of truth. Cold memories sit quietly, not cruel, not kind, just honest. They tell me where I've been, even when I'm unsure where I'm going. I walk forward carrying them, like pockets filled with winter stones. Heavy, yes, but familiar and strangely comforting. Because without cold memories, how would I recognize warmth when it finally returns? Cold memories grow deeper as the night stretches, like shadows lengthening along empty roads. They follow me softly, never chasing, never leaving. In the quiet hours, they sit at the edge of my bed, counting breaths, measuring the distance between then and now. Cold memories speak in images. A cracked mirror, a forgotten scarf, footprints fading in snow before I could follow them. They ask no questions, yet every presence feels like one. Why did things change? Why did warmth learn to leave? I carry winters inside my ribs, each memory a small frostbite on the heart. Still, the heart beats, stubborn and alive. Cold memories are patient teachers. They teach silence, they teach endurance, they teach how to survive without applause. Some memories freeze mid-laughter, teeth shining, eyes bright, never knowing they would become relics. Others are heavy, full of words unsaid, letters never written, hands never held one last time. Cold memories live in places too, in doorways where shadows linger, in streets that remember our steps, in rooms that echo names no one calls anymore. I revisit them carefully, like old wounds in winter. Touch too hard, and they ache again. Touch gently, and they remind me I healed. Cold memories were the color of dusk, neither night nor day, caught between what was and what will never be. They do not fade loudly. They fade slowly, flake by flake, until only the chill remains. Sometimes, I envy people with empty winters inside them. But then I wonder, do they know the sweetness of thaw? Cold memories teach me gratitude in strange ways. For every frozen tear, there was once a smile. For every ache, there was once love. I light small fires in the present, kind words, soft hopes, new beginnings, and sit near them patiently. The cold does not disappear at once. It retreats cautiously, as if unsure whether it is still needed. Cold memories watch from a distance, no longer ruling the heart, only visiting, like old friends who've changed. I learned to greet them without fear. I learned to let them pass without holding on too tight. Not every winter needs to be relived. Still, on certain nights, when the moon looks pale and tired, cold memories return fully clothed in frost, and I listen. I listen because they are part of me, not chains, chapters, not curses, lessons. And slowly, very slowly, I understand. Cold memories did not come to break me. They came to teach me warmth by contrast. Cold memories settle deeper with every passing season, like snow pressed into ice by time itself. They stop asking to be remembered. They simply exist, quiet and unmovable. I find them in ordinary moments. A cup cooling too fast, a chair left empty, a message never replied to. Small things heavy with frost. Cold memories have their own language. They speak through pauses, through sighs, through the ache that arrives without a name. I walk through days carrying winter in my coat. Even when the sun pretends it is enough, the world moves forward, but inside, some clocks are frozen. Cold memories remember touch better than words. The weight of a head on my shoulder, the warmth of a hand in mine, now preserved like something rare. There are memories that sting, sharp as icy wind, cutting through defenses I thought were strong. There are others gentle like falling snow, silent, almost kind. Cold memories make homes in silence. They rest between breaths, in the space after laughter ends, in the moment before sleep takes me. I try to rename them, call them lessons, call them history, call them growth. But the heart knows their original name. Cold memories ask me to slow down, to sit, to feel, to not rush healing as if pain were a mistake. Sometimes I argue with them. I tell them I have moved on. They smile faintly, knowing movement does not mean forgetting. Cold memories carry faces that no longer age. They stay exactly as they were the last time I loved them. Time grows old, they do not. I envy their stillness. I fear it too, because staying frozen is another form of being lost. So I learn to thaw gently, not by force but by patience. Even ice fears sudden heat. Cold memories soften when I forgive myself most of all, for not knowing better, for loving deeply, for believing in forever. They soften when I accept that some endings arrive without closure, and some winters never explain themselves. Cold memories do not disappear, but they change texture. What once cut now only chills. What once froze now merely reminds. I begin to place them carefully on shelves of the heart, no longer scattered, no longer ruling the floor. Cold memories watch me live again. They do not stop me. They do not pull me back. They simply stand there, silent witnesses, and I realize they were never my enemies. They were proof that my heart was brave enough to feel everything. Cold memories return in cycles, like winters that know their way home. Even when I prepare for them, they arrive differently each time. Some come softly, wrapped in nostalgia, bringing warmth disguised as ache. Others come sharp, unexpected, like a sudden drop in temperature. Cold memories sit beside joy now. They no longer chase it away. They have learned to coexist, to share the same breath. I see them in reflections, older eyes carrying younger pain, a smile practiced, but still sincere. Cold memories hum beneath my voice when I speak of the past. They steady me, reminding me where I learned strength without ever asking for it. I used to fear becoming cold myself. I feared that memories would turn my heart to ice. But hearts are not seasons, they are resilient landscapes. Cold memories trace the borders of who I have become. They shape the edges, define the lines without erasing the center. There are nights when the world feels too loud, and I retreat inward, where cold memories wait patiently. Strangely, they understand silence better than anyone. They teach me how to sit with myself, without distractions, without masks, without pretending I am untouched. Cold memories do not rush healing. They know time differently. They count progress in quiet victories. Getting out of bed, trusting again, smiling without guilt. I find them less heavy now. Maybe I have grown stronger. Maybe they have grown tired. Or maybe acceptance lightens every burden. Cold memories no longer demand tears. Sometimes they accept a breath, a pause, a nod of recognition. They have watched me rebuild from fragments. They know how hard it was. They know how easy it would have been to stay frozen. Cold memories respect my courage, and I, at last, respect their presence. Because they are not stains on my story, they are shadows, proving there was once light. I move forward carrying winter like a season in my pocket. Not to relive it, but to remember how far I walked to leave it behind. Cold memories fade into the background now, never gone, never in control. Just part of the weather of being human. And when warmth finally stays, when joy learns my name again, cold memories will step aside, quietly proud, knowing they did not win. They taught. Cold memories linger like fog at dawn, thin now, but still present if I look closely. They no longer block the road, they hover, watching me pass. I notice how they've changed shape. What once screamed now only sighs. What once demanded answers now accepts silence. Cold memories sit in the corners of laughter. They don't interrupt, they just remind, joy is fragile, so hold it gently. I carry them differently now. Not on my back, but in my pockets, small and manageable, like stones warmed by the sun. Some memories thaw unexpectedly. A smell, a familiar melody, and suddenly the ice cracks. Not painfully, but honestly. Cold memories have seasons too. They are not always winter. Sometimes they turn into rain, sometimes into mist, sometimes into clouds that pass quickly. I no longer fight their arrival. Resistance only sharpens the cold. Acceptance softens it, turns frost into dew. Cold memories taught me how to sit with pain without letting it define the room. They taught me that strength is often quiet. I see now they were never punishment. They were echoes of devotion, proof that my heart did not stay shallow. Cold memories taught me empathy. I recognize winter in other people's eyes now. I know when to speak softly, when to stay, when to simply listen. They taught me patience with myself. Healing is not a straight path. Some days are warm, some return to frost. Both are allowed. Cold memories have softened my voice, slowed my steps, deepened my understanding of what it means to lose and still choose to live. I stopped asking why things had to end. I started asking what they gave me while they lasted. Cold memories answer gently. They gave you depth. They gave you truth. They gave you a heart that knows the cost of love and still dares. I thank them quietly now, not because they were easy, but because they were honest. Cold memories no longer stand in my way. They walk behind me, like old winters that shaped the land before spring arrived. And I keep moving, not chasing warmth, not running from cold, just walking forward, fully human, fully alive. Cold memories now feel like distant mountains, still tall, still real, but no longer blocking the horizon. I see beyond them. They taught me how silence can speak, how absence can be loud, how a heart can ache and still remain kind. Cold memories live in my bones, not as pain, but as weathered wisdom. They have shaped my posture, how I stand against storms. There were days when I thought cold was permanent, that warmth was a myth told by luckier souls. But time proved me wrong, slowly, patiently. Cold memories loosen their grip when I stop measuring life by what I lost. They soften when I notice what stayed. They stayed with me through collapse, through nights when hope felt like a rumor. They stayed when others left, even when I begged them to go. Cold memories taught me boundaries. Not every door deserves reopening. Not every winter needs revisiting. Some lessons are learned once. I see myself differently now. Not as broken, but as weathered stone, smoothed by storms, still standing. Cold memories helped me grow roots. Deep ones. Roots that do not fear wind. Roots that know how to hold ground. They taught me that survival is not loud. It does not announce itself. It happens quietly, in the decision to wake up again. Cold memories once stole my sleep. Now they guard it. They whisper, "You have endured worse. Rest." I forgive the past not because it was kind, but because I no longer need its permission to move forward. Cold memories step further back now, watching me choose joy without suspicion. They nod, as if to say, "You're ready." I laugh again, not recklessly but freely. Even cold memories cannot freeze a heart that has learned hope. They have become background music, low and steady, never drowning the present. Cold memories remind me to cherish warmth when it appears. A shared smile, a peaceful morning, a gentle conversation. Because warmth is not guaranteed. And that knowledge does not make me afraid, it makes me attentive. Cold memories finally understand their role is complete. They were not meant to be prisons. They were bridges, and I cross them now, without looking back too often, carrying gratitude instead of grief, clarity instead of regret. Cold memories fade into history, into the soil beneath my feet, feeding the growth they once tried to stop. And here I stand, not untouched, not frozen, but alive, warm enough to love again, strong enough to remember.